Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Nuevamente estoy por aquí haciendo un gameplay de Genshin Impact y no me quiero demorar demasiado, vamos a ir al grano y vamos a hacer directamente la de la gran ceremonia de erudición que, como bien están viendo, tarda 1 día y 9 horas en largarse, básicamente. Así que vamos a hacerla, ¿vale? Porque tiene caducidad y es importante pues quitármela de encima antes de... Y ahora, ¿por qué no me sale? Vale, ahora sí. Esta, persecución en la arena. Porque, como he dicho, tiene caducidad y prefiero quitármela de encima, mientras que el evento de Dehya no tiene esa urgencia, precisamente porque es un evento de ella y no tiene caducidad, ¿vale? Entonces vamos a ir directamente a lo que es esta ceremonia, quitarla de encima, completarla lo más rápido posible y ya ir directamente a la de ella. Así que vamos allá. Estoy súper retrasada en todo, pero bueno, poco a poco vamos a ir quitándonos todos los pendientes de este juego.
Is it me, or are the bags under your eyes even darker than during the last round?
Thanks for the concern, Kaveh. Even though I try to fall asleep, I can't get the championship out of my head.
I know the feeling. That happens to me too when I'm agonizing over my blueprint.
Do you have any tips for dealing with?
To be honest with you, no. You could say there are many things that don't have a quick fix. I suppose you can think of it as something akin to an illness. I don't know what's stressing you out, but I can feel all the anxiety and pressure coming from you.
Oh, okay. You do your best too.
Looks like everyone's here.
La pobre Laila, tío. Vaya careto.
There are 3 ley line disruptors buried in the area around Aru village. These devices can imitate the effects of ley line disruption, and the first 3 who manage to finish this task will be awarded 4, 3, and 2. Note that each person may only bring a set amount of food and water with them.
Well, what do you think? Want to team up again? I shall consider letting you have the points on account of what happened in the previous round.
That's all right. I've been here many times, and in any case, machines are one of my specialties.
It's good to see such confidence in a youngster like yourself. I also happen to be well equipped, but aside from us, you should remember that there's a favorite for champion.
A favorite to win? Who is it?
Shh! Not so loud. I mean that boy, he took first place in the previous round. And if he does so again this time, I heard that you solved the Vidya Forest's leyline effluence problem with him not long ago. Since this round involves resolving a machine-simulated leyline disruption...
That's true. It does look like his odds of winning...
He already has Kale, who is an excellent pupil. If he were to win this round as well, then wouldn't we just be letting him have all the fun? As his senior, it's my solemn duty to prevent such an inequitable arrangement from happening. I'm off.
I'll get going as well. See you later.
How are you feeling? I think I'm okay. But I'll take things slowly for now.
Is this all the water we're getting?
Sorry. That's what Well, this round seems to be about how quickly you can shut down the devices. It's also testing your ability.
I knew it'd be harder than I had expected. So we'll either need to find the devices as quickly as possible.
You're welcome.
Well, there goes everybody. So, who should we visit this? Oh, right! Didn't Farozan say that Tainar...
Tinari. Ya estás por aquí.
Hey, Tainari? Huh? Weird. The locator says that he's... Tainari! Can you hear us? You're right. Huh? you okay?
It's...
Oh, pobrecito.
So you passed out because of the heat.
That's right. I usually bring lots of water. I went through all my water very quickly, and with the effects of my ancestors, the Valuka Shuna, were originally from the desert.
This isn't the time for a history lesson.
Humans. Such fragile beings. Your bodies can't even survive extreme changes in the environment. Here, take this.
Are you serious? This had better be just normal water. Paimon really doesn't get that.
I'm feeling a little better now.
Oh, it wasn't just the two.
Found you at last.
Sino, you're here too.
I was concerned, so I came back to check on you. Will you be able...
The fur on my tail is so dry it's practically been singed. It appears I'm not suited to this particular round.
Really? So you're...
Yes. I do have my results in the first round to serve as a buffer, so even if I forfeit, withdrawing now will allow me to conserve my energy. Continuing to push onward would be...
A wise decision.
It's fine.
Oh, stop trying to be so polite.
¿Dónde están? ¿Más abajo? Sí, tiene que ser porque si no, no entiendo yo esto. ¡Uy!
How are you feeling now, Tainari? Do you want to rest some more?
There's some shade here, so we can stop.
All right.
Oh, Sino and Tainari. And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you.
Oh, hey, Layla!
Yeah, the sun was too strong, so I decided to take cover here for a while. What about you? Are you...
Unfortunately not.
withdraw?
I believe the rules do provide for such a situation.
Didn't I ask you if you were all right before this? If you had just decided to...
Well, I had to try, didn't I? So when I get back, I'm definitely going to make a batch of sun resist. By the way, you're Layla, aren't you?
I did feel a little faint when I first...
Be careful now!
Don't worry.
Feeling the pressure?
Uh-huh. You can tell?
Your expression is similar to the ones I see on criminals' faces.
To tell you the truth, I'm still not sure whether Most people voted for me because of all the rumors surrounding me. Even the people who usually criticize me voted for...
So their expectations are put...
Yes.
To be completely honest, firstly, those who expect things from you do not necessarily do so for benign reasons. Next, we are researchers. Our primary duty is to interact with... As for me, I took part in this competition to advertise for an academic lecture at Gandharvaville next month. I think you can also try to find a clearly defined goal.
Huh. I understand.
I'm absolutely parched after talking...
I've still got some water with me.
No, I'll be all right. We aren't far from Aru Village, so I can...
Yes.
Hey, don't talk like that. I'm not dead, Sino. Everyone, I'll be back now.
I'll continue searching for the Layla.
Are you feeling better now, Layla?
Yeah. I feel like some of the weight has been... It's been a long time since I first left my hometown to come to the... All sorts of complex astrological models, countless quizzes, and essays. When I was chosen as my Darshan's representative, it felt like another boulder was added to the ones already rolling behind me. Yeah, I think that's what Tainari was trying to... You're our good friends, which is why you didn't stop him from dropping...
That's right! No need to feel so...
That said, he did also say that he hopes I could have more Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time.
True. We should go look for the others.
You could go see how Madame Farozan's do.
Okay, let's go look for Faro... Hey there, Farozan. Have you made any progress?
Ah, you're just in time. I'm about to...
Oh, you found the ley line?
Such a simple problem could... Not long after entering the desert, I discovered a primal construct that was... Once I got near here, it suddenly disappeared.
You're a true expert, Madame Farozan. You know what to do.
Well, I do happen to have more experience than most.
Nope, not...
Well then, I suppose I'll be the first. Oh? And why's that?
He's not used to being out and about.
Huh. I didn't think he would have such a weakness. What about the others? Is that
Tainari gave Layla some advice, and she seems to be doing a lot better now.
And what about Kaveh? Has he found a lake?
Paimon doesn't think so, or our locators would have already let us...
Strange. What's he lollygagging for? Well, I'm afraid the most thrilling moments are already done.
Vamos a ver acá, a ver entonces. Ah, está aquí cerca.
Come on, stop following me! I already gave you all the food I had on me. You can cry all you want. I don't have any more food. Without water, traveling in the desert will be incredibly Mirak, can you help me out here? Keep them away.
Kaveh, there you are! Farozan told us to come see how you're doing. Let her...
Just thinking about it makes me upset. Not long I don't know why, but they didn't leave the competition grounds. And now the ley line just... The moment they saw me, they wouldn't leave me alone. Hey, didn't I ask you to keep them away?
Kaveh, is this flying metal thingy...
That's right. This is my toolbox, Mirak.
Your toolbox? Huh. It seems pretty fancy.
Sometimes I need to carry things when I go out, so it's handy.
Well, this definitely doesn't look like...
It's a long story. When I was working in the desert, I ran into a merchant group who had a machine core. It was clearly from King Deshret's civilization. His technology still isn't fully understood. Our current theories cannot explain such mysteries. Upon seeing such a rare, complete specimen, some time back, I wanted to make an automated case that could store my offloaded items. It can't understand commands that are too complex, but it can serve as my assistant and help me with things. Most importantly, it can't talk, so it can't give me any attitude. Oh, yes. Thanks for helping hide the fact that I live at Al-Haytham's place earlier. I hope this season of my life ends. Things just started going downhill at some point. Maybe it all started when... Or maybe it's because constructing the Palace of Alcazar's burned through my funds. I'm still... Now that I think about it, I guess we're all unlucky. It's not like any of you asked to be trapped in the ley line disruption.
Kaveh, aren't you going to look...
Yes, but I can't just leave. Oh, forget it. The more I think about this, the more I feel a headache. Time's a-wasting. I'm off.
Kaveh looks like he's conflicted. He really wants to win, but he can't ignore those he wants to help. Paimon's always felt like he's the type who easily gets him. Paimon doesn't mean this in an insulting way, but he seems like the kind of guy who'd be really easy to take advantage of. Whoa, someone's done already. Right? Wonder who it is.
Saino seguramente. O Saino, o a lo mejor va a sorpresa a Layla. Saino.
Verification complete. Congratulations on being...
Ooh, so Sino was the quickest.
I am from Spontamon, after all. We know...
Since the Traveler and Paimon also happen to be here, do you have anything you want to say?
Anything I want to say? The bonds of yesterday will forge the road to tomorrow. That's a line from King of Invocations, one of my favorite works.
It might be a good thing that Tainari isn't here, or else he'd give Sino...
Oh wow, it's already so late. Everyone's probably running...
Something similar happened in King of Invocation.
Any thoughts on that, Alhaith?
I have no thought.
Nero obviously...
Deserts are much more dangerous at night, so this competition should be nearing its end.
I wonder who the next person to...
Wait, only 3 people are left? Tainari forfeited.
He also forfeited not long ago.
Ugh, Paimon can't understand, but like Alhaitham said, this round's almost...
Hello again. You know, it suddenly occurred to me that you guys have... Really? The desert's getting colder now that night's... has anyone...
Sino's already shut one down.
I circled the whole area, but I did have the... Well, my fellow Rataoist members must have... But be that as it may, I want to live up to their
Huh? But does...
Of course, that comes with some... That may not sound like a huge difference to you.
Well, that's great.
Also, now that I've relaxed, I think I'll... But the competition isn't over yet.
Wait, you're...
Good to see you too. It's nice to be out. Well, since I'm here, I guess I should help her finish the... Let me see.
Por la cara.
Looks like she... Come with me, you two.
Qué siniestra es esta niña.
Do you ever get the feeling that the ley lines have a regular flow? Similar to the way that celestial bodies follow fixed orbits. If we were looking down from on high, I wonder whether we'd find that the ley lines are just the reflections of the stars upon the Earth. Not all astrological phenomena can be directly observed. Some are deductions based on other details that we know. It's the same situation with the ley lines. The parts of them that are hidden underground can be identified via elemental energy, sound, and other phenomena. Plus, now that someone has shut one of the disruptors down, the contrast between before and after can provide me with further information still. Let me see. It should be here, I think. This should be it, right? I'll turn it off. That should restore the ley lines in the area to...
Nice work!
Again, I didn't do any of the real work. She'll probably wake up soon. No doubt will you be staying here for a while?
Oh, time to check our locator.
Perhaps they're about to find the last disruptor. Also,
What?
before the second round, he had a chat with the other me. He said that worries can be like illnesses. They don't always have a magic cure. But the way I see it, his situation is much worse than my other selves. Kaveh, meanwhile, knows what he wants to do. He's convinced that he doesn't have a second personality, but I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's still, who knows? He must be more experienced than me. Oh, but back to the topic of...
Oh, true. Okay, then. Kaveh and Farazan were super confident at the start, but it turns out they're the last ones to find a disruptor. But between the two of them...
¿Están abajo o están arriba? Aquí están arriba. Ok.
It should be around here.
Finally found it.
Kaveh?
Oh, Madame Faruzan. And here I...
Farazan! Kaveh! Oh, looks like later...
I didn't expect that you and I would find a disruptor at the same time.
Tainari and Hakai forfeited, while huh?
Yes, I kept digging, but instead of finding a I fell down pretty deep, and it was completely dark in there.
That's...
Finishing a week's worth of trials in such a short time.
What about you? Why are you so late?
I encountered a lot of lost desert foxes along the way, and I brought them to the outskirts of the competition zone. When I came back, when I woke up, it was already night.
A most curious reason indeed. But are you sure you're all right? You said you were familiar with the desert. The way you handled...
It was problematic, but that had not... The way I did things wasn't optimal, but I wouldn't have been comfortable not...
Youths these days. But back to the main issue at hand. Since we are both very certain that this is where the final leyline disruptor is, let's... Well, this is indeed it. What is it, youngster? You seem relieved.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that this round's finally over. There shouldn't be any more innocent creatures getting wrapped up in danger. As for the points, I guess we can draw lots again later. I can't think of anything better.
Alright, in that case, let's all head back to Aru Village. Paimon thinks you'll both need some water and rest.
A ver.
Looks like the second round is over. I wonder who is faster, Kaveh or Madame Farazan? Huh? Where's Madame Farazan?
She went to get water. She'll be back shortly. We basically...
You get caught up in some things so easily, like drawing...
I'm not caught up in anything! Don't make it sound like I take pleasure...
Really? Then should I say that you have a curious affinity for...
I'll go get the box and slips of paper for the lots. Please wait a moment.
Oh, here we go again. Let's see how I
got it! Did you see that?
Congratulations!
Looks like Kaveh's luck's taken it.
Finally!
It looks like you've been rewarded for your tribulations in the desert.
And with that, our second round is done. Cyno, Layla, and Kaveh are our victorious As for the current standings, Cyno and Layla both have 4 points. putting them both in first place. The next round will be the final one. Please rest up before then, everyone. I heard that some stalls at the Wisdom Gala are debuting new games.
Vale. Ah, vale, me obliga... me obliga a hacer la de Dehya sí o sí. Ay, señor bendito. Yo que no quería que se cruzaran otra vez. F. Pues nada.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Caray.
I alone and unchanging.
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps. Pretty bold.
Shh! Keep your voice down. How do you come with me? We should take this elsewhere. This place should do. Alright, back to my question.
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face.
Wait, there's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out.
So what's in it for you, anyway?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time. I weighed it in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dekana Lock if you provide some help for us.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I mean...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary...
All right, sheesh. But they're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you that...
Sure. And then you can forget about it.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being...
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one...
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look?
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city and...
Vale. Qué triste que este teletransporte no lo tenga desactivado. En fin.
Seems like we're in luck. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Why are you here?
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
A touch of frost. There is no escape. Ha ha!
Por la que se activó sin querer el dagger de Ritu. O contra la fotografía esta. Mañana lo digo. Vamos.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't just bring Kusela to me. There's no use. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to...
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya. He died a long time ago.
What?
Oh.
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though.
When did he die?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
Anda.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay an...
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you...
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own, regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced. Every person in debt, whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit. The records serve both as a symbol of loyalty. That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. But you, Dehya, you were never...
I never even knew this...
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's Relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with...
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you...
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a...
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been...
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me. But he said there was... His words made no sense to me. But that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and raised...
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled. Not just from our ring. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters...
From that point on, the sole purpose of Dakan out... The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters, even though we're outnumbered. We vowed to see our revenge through to the fair. There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some but we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need all we can do is exchange our loot from Mora. And then we forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. We used to always laugh at him for it. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to... Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and... I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us...
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that all I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Yeah, Paimon feels like we'd only...
Thank you. We'll be a lot...
I bet Boss would lose his...
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can...
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is...
Vamos a la guarida. Bueno, espérate. Voy a coger el teletransporte primero. ¡Silly! Bueno, ya sé que está aquí al lado del teletransporte. ¡Ea! Desactivado. Esto facilita mucho las cosas.
Should be.
Vamos a por ella. Dendro y fuego. Vale. Ajuste rápido. Dendro y fuego. Y...
Oh yeah, rock on.
Vale. Pues le damos.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here.
Who cares? We'll round up.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yeah. We'll know what they're really capable of once we've... Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before.
Yeah. They don't stand a chance with you here.
O sea, lo que tenía ya de ella, pero bueno. Ahora que no lo vi.
Inazuma shines eternal. That's close enough. You asked for it.
Lo que mola de ella no tiene, vamos, ningún sentido.
Guys, opening box of a decorative dress.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any trap.
Hey, you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead. Well, now don't worry about us. We knew something like that. Let's go! We can't let the boss stab.
Let's check if there's another way. The sooner we can make it through to...
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked.
Okay, let's go!
Illusion shattered! Kill! Power core! Torn to oblivion!
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Ah, es más abajo. Ah, no, es más arriba. Vale. Subir. ¿No? No entiendo. A ver, ¿qué estoy haciendo mal? Ah. A ver. Vale, ya lo entiendo. Pero este no sube, solo baja. No entiendo entonces. A ver, espérate. No, subir, perdón. Ahora. Vale. Y ahora este baja. Ahora, amigo. Amigo, acá veremos. Ya, ahora lo pillé. Ya lo pillé. Ah, genial. Un comité de bienvenida. la Dehya. A pegar piñas, vamos.
Wheel of life.
Practice on the side.
Now he shall perish.
Jeje. El truco del almendruco.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side, but as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks to
Don't waste your breath. You have
run. Had I wanted to, I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one. The greatest should never live to
So you want to go out in a
Let us draw our weapons! They are but two. Well, we... Wave one!
Toca
Charge! Eliminate them!
luchar.
Shine down.
Where do you think you're going? I'll take my lead.
Buckle up.
Don't think
Will! King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers!
Feel that. Stretch on there.
Testing my patience.
Life goes on. Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. Look alive.
Brothers! This is where we prove our
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Walt, you wanna die?
None of us plans to leave this place alive!
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just...
Yes! Keep fighting! There's no need to fear!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that hot...
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! Ugh, so they've broken through the front.
Apologies, Lord Michel. They just...
So...
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give? I will be buried in the sand, alongside...
Hey, wait!
We were too late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride...
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Vaya hombre.
Let's go.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still...
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all... Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge of...
This is your last chance.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just... If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember...
Irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others... Where's the records room? Answer me.
It's right over there. All the files are in there.
I mean the old records.
The old records room? Kusela. Ah, yeah. Watch your mouth. That's our boss. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics...
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us, tell me, where is the old...
It's just over there. There's nothing left in there but ashes. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll spare them no mercy.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around.
El bastón.
Is this a king?
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more.
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh? So...
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right,
Qué potito.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
What? Y ahora. Ay, vale. Tengo que volver a... aquí al... ¿Qué digo yo? Esto es un rollo.
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
Finally?
Don't you feel like there's something off? When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of, but no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks.
We eavesdropped on them for a while.
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina... He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently. So a lot of groups, in their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once. Dehya and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard. And
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing?
If Sino were here, he definitely thinks a million, you two.
Not at all.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremites but this is Sumeru City.
Should you require our aid,
Paimon's noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? Cause... wait. Thinking...
Oh. Vale. Ya puedo volver con Dehya. Disculpen este rollo de eventos porque no, o sea, no me esperaba esta cruzada, así que lamento si esto está siendo un complejo rollo narrativo entre dos eventos extraños, así que bueno, a ver si de casualidad termino primero lo de Dehya.
What's this?
Don't you remember? You asked, and Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty stuff. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat... Hey, come on! Paimon's... Anyway, the point is that you should eat... Dunyarzad will also be here shortly.
Aw, thanks you two. Honestly, my chest was filled with all kinds of but when everything came to an end, those emotions, it was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me. Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was... My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying... We're hypocrites. All of us. Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize...
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is!
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up every... Huh?
Paimon will explain. What?
I'm sorry.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told.
Dehya, your pain must be even more.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, my father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they... That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to... But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father. And even if the ending of the story may be child...
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along, too.
I can't thank you enough for...
This rug here is quite something.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? Wait, are you here to take...
What are you talking about? Do I look like I can take you on a site? Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp. When I got there, I found no one except the members.
Ah, so you probably got...
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their event, and everyone had turned themselves. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, and one of the injured members gave this box to me, and everything left in the camp will get confiscated. So
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone.
So this box contains everything that Dehya's father...
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any... But let's see what's in... What's this? It's just a bunch of junk.
Perhaps it's just been...
A handwritten copy of a storybook. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use.
That probably means this was really
And here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's...
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, who even leaves snacks in a box like this? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, a wool scarf, which from the...
I'm suddenly feeling a little...
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys.
Huh? There's something...
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't... I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. To Dehya. It's all right. I'll just read it out. If you went to the...
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose you were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless, but once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or...
Can you believe...
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing the reason being that...
Wait, what?
What?
I don't...
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some soak. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny... But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day. You were just lying there, small and helpless. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them. Anyway, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
Vaya.
That's the end of the In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child, I suppose, or I would have
He was a good father to you. The fact that he was...
Yeah. It's just a pity.
Do you already have some ideas about the...
I do. If he first found... I just have one wish. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a... and that only under his care...
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventure...
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so...
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but because no matter
Ay,
where I've
Dehya.
gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible
Qué grande
kindness.
eres. Y terminamos el evento de Dehya. ¡Bien! ¡Amazing! ¡No me lo creo! Y voy a tener que parar aquí porque no puedo continuar porque estoy liada hasta el cogote. En fin, muchísimas gracias por acompañarme hasta aquí, ¿vale? Por lo menos he terminado uno de los eventos, no ha sido el que quería, pero por lo menos he terminado uno, así que me doy un canto en los dientes por haber tomado esta decisión de hacerlo lo más rápido posible. Espero lo más pronto posible, digo pronto porque son horas con respecto a la ceremonia, que como dije, queda un día y 8 horas. A ver si consigo, Dios quiera, terminar el evento. Por lo menos esa es mi intención. En fin, no lo quiero alargar mucho más. Nuevamente, muchas gracias por acompañarme en esta aventura. Y nada, hasta el próximo gameplay.